Hello and welcome on Ticking Watch. This video will be about assembly of the pretty different Ruhla Chronograph movement, and also I will be testing how this chronograph actually works because the movement is really simple. So stay tuned. I am beginning the assembly with the main spring. As we see here, we have, except the main spring, we have here three parts only, and here we have the main spring, which I will lubricate a little bit later. This is the barrel, this is the ratchet wheel, and we have also pretty nice blue washer. Okay, before I lubricate the main spring, I have here a piece of paper which is actually a receipt from the market. I putting on it a little bit oil and then lubricate the main spring with this paper with the oil. Okay, let's start with lubricating of the main spring. That's pretty easy, and the main spring is properly lubricated. Of course, before assembly, every part of the watch movement have to be really good cleaned. Okay, the main spring is already in the barrel, and now we have to assemble this ratchet wheel, which is connected together with the winding pinion or barrel arbor, also called, and over this surface which I already lubricating comes this blue washer, which probably, I think, after the hardening procedure was tempered to soften this piece of metal, and it is done by tempering or bluing, and this fantastic blue color is achieved when we heat the steel around 300 degrees Celsius. Okay, also a little bit oil here. I don't know if this is necessary, but you can't find any manual about lubricating Ruhla chronograph. This type of movement in the wristwatches before quartz movement really spread around the world were just the cheapest alternative to more expensive but also with higher quality mechanical watches with automatic movements and with Swiss lever escapement and synthetic jewel bearings. Okay, the barrel is almost ready. Now I'm only checking if the hook in the winding pinion really match the opening in the main spring, and now I starting with the assembly. First comes the main barrel. Here is a small axe of the barrel, which is a separate part here. Probably, I don't know, but I suppose that probably many of you are thinking about the price, how much this type of watch, this Ruhla chronograph, really costs today. And of course I left an affiliate link in the description below, so if you are curious, please check it. I'm doing now with the wheel train, and let's come back a little bit to these prices, of these watches, because they are not very expensive, but they are also not cheap, especially according to the complications which this watch has. But they are not very common watches. You can find on eBay only a few of them, and they cost much more than, for example, Chinese homage watches. Now the upper plate, and if you pay for this watch, for example, less than 100 euros, then you were just lucky, or you have to repair or service this watch, what isn't very complicated in fact. And also, when even some parts are damaged, it is a caliber 24, so except some particular parts, all other parts are almost the same, and it is very easy to repair this quite unique watch. Maybe it isn't very valuable, but it is quite unique, and I think it is not very common, so therefore it could be some nice piece in your collection when you are watch collector. Okay, let's come back to the assembly. I will secure the upper plate with a screw. Here should be a different one, but it's just to secure, and I see that all wheels match together. Now the sweep second pinion, and here we also have additional wheel that match this sweep second pinion. I will just only press it. Probably there is some special equipment to do this, but I don't have it, so I will do this like you saw it. Everything matches together. Now this tension spring. Here unfortunately the focusing of my camera isn't really good, so please excuse me that. Okay, now the tail side, left only the canyon pinion, so let's fit it. Okay, the canyon pinion is on place, and this lever, which was also tempered or blued, it has perfect blue color, so it's really amazing because the movement is so cheap, looks so simple, and here these tempered parts, they are just crazy. But there was no cheating with this watch. It was simple, but it was made properly. Okay, now I need to only fit the winding stem and tighten the screw that holds this lever, and this lever holds the winding stem. And here we have the keyless work. It has only 3 wheels. The one wheel is also blue, also tempered, and unfortunately the lever is made from plastic. I saw in older version of this type of movement of caliber 24, it was made from metal, but here somebody decided to save production costs and made it from plastic. I hope it will work. So it works anyway, but probably not very long. Okay, let's finish this. Let's match these 2 wheels together. Okay, does it work? So we wind the main spring. I was thinking what type of oil use here, and I came up with that conclusion. I don't know if I'm right, but I'm using here silicone oil because it's plastic, so I was a little bit afraid that the mineral oils can damage the plastic parts, so I used the silicone oil. I don't know if I made the right decision. Maybe you knows. Should work. Okay, this screw is tightened and only this spring left, and I have to fit it somehow, and I've done it off camera because it wasn't the easiest thing to do with this watch. Although this watch looks pretty simple, it has some points that are quite difficult, and this spring was one of the points. Okay, so works this keyless work, and here we have the balance stuff that left, and also this pellet with pins. Also a solution that is pretty affordable, so pretty cheap, and also doesn't give to this watch very good accuracy because these pins are not so accurate like, for example, Swiss lever escapement or some other solutions. Okay, let's fit pivot to this bridge. The bridges of this watch, as you can see, that's the only plates, just press plates and that's it. And here the screw, let's tighten it. Okay, the screw is tightened. Let's wind a little bit the main spring and let's check if the pellet jumps, and it works. So the only balance stuff left, we have here the bearing of the balance, only a conical hole in a screw, and the same solution has the balance bridge. And I made a quick assembly of the balance wheel because I had doubts about it from the beginning, and unfortunately the balance wheel here is bent, so this balance wheel cannot be used before we fix it, and this caused a little bit problem. But I have a spare movement, and I will just take out this balance wheel. It's the same caliber, it's mass product, so the parts are changeable, so it should work also with this Ruhla chronograph. The wheel itself is a little bit different. Anyway, it should fit and it should work here. Let's find out. And yes, I was right, fortunately. But anyway, I will have to look a spare one, probably from another movement. There are sometimes very cheap one to get, so this will be a future solution. But for this video and as a short-term solution, this balance wheel should do their work. Okay, let's wind a little bit the main spring, now a little bit more. And one of my last video I said that here we have to adjust the balance wheel with this screw over here, and yeah, so we adjust the play of the balance wheel because we adjust the space between the pivots of the balance stuff. Okay, now it's too tight, a little bit loosen, and this should work. And here we can see how the pin lever escapement works. Okay, let's go with another part. Now I will fit the lever that is responsible to reset the second hand. How it is working we will discover in the end of this video. Now we have to fit this lever and tighten with this screw. Now this is the right screw here, and so we make the reset. Here we need also a spring. Let's fix it. It should go here. And this is pretty easy, not like with the spring before. Okay, and also very simple solution. And so we reset the second hand. And here also comes a pusher that probably blocks this big wheel that drives the sweep second pinion. It also needs a spring, and this spring blocks this wheel. I think it should work like that. I don't know if the watch should stop then or only the second hand stops, not sure. Here I see that the whole watch stops, but originally I don't know how it should work. Okay, let's finish finally. Let's fit the hour wheel. Also a little bit oil here. Probably I don't need to lubricate here. I always do, but it's a brass, and also the spring here is also made from brass, so theoretically the friction is not so big. And now we have to fit the dial and match it with these springs, these plate springs, just to push it, and the dial is secured. Also very easy solution from the 20s, actually from the 1920s. Okay, and that's the dial, and the dial is pretty good looking and is in very good condition. Now I will put the second hand. Let's match it. Okay, now the hour hand. Of course I will press it, but first we have to adjust it. And after pressing the hour hand, we assemble the minute hand. The hand and also the dial has some luminescence. I will check it in a moment. Let's see if the hands are assembled properly. Okay, I think the hands are okay. Only the second hand left. And unfortunately, I made here a mistake, which I realized unfortunately later when the movement was already in the case, because we have to first reset the sweep second pinion and then mount or fix this second hand. So if someone of you will do this, the same service, please note that first you have to reset or press reset lever. It's actually this metal lever, not this plastic. Now I will match the movement into the case. Here comes also a plastic holder. Okay. Okay, and as I mentioned before, the best way is first we have to reset like here, so this lever, and then we can assemble the second hand, and the best way to do that is when the movement doesn't work. I've done it later. Here is also a metal metal holder, and now this spring that stops this second pinion and also the second hand. Okay, I will need to adjust it, and when it's adjusted I can finally assemble the winding stem, fix it with the screw, again this metal holder, case back with the siren on the back, and the metal ring, almost identical solution with Vostok Amphibia. Let's tighten it a little bit, and we are almost finished. So in a moment I will check how this chronograph function works. It's only 1 minute chronograph, and here we have it. Of course the second hand is adjusted, or like that, and when we press the upper button we just reset to 0 the second hand, and that's it. And with this button we just stop the second hand, and I see that the movement still works, so it doesn't stop. And to reset the second hand we just need to press very energetically. Okay, that's it about Ruhla Chronograph. Pretty simple movement, not very common. If someone interested with the prices or to buy, check the description below. There you will find a link to eBay. Here is the siren again, and also very quick shot of the loom. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you will subscribe my channel, and I hope I see you again on Ticking Watch with another watch service or maybe another review. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.